miracle,
We keep having all these problems. How we gonna solve them? Every day it's the same thing. All these unsolved issues, I guess it's official. Here we go again, the same old thing. And I'm tired of arguing and lying. So goodbye.
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is July the 9th, 2024. Is this right? Let me make sure, y'all. It said July the 9th. Why did I write down July the 6th yesterday? That's weird. But okay. Today's the 9th, y'all. And yeah, man. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I think I already said that, but it kind of threw me off. And today's topic is pure intentions. Happy Tuesday. It's Happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful Monday. Mine was just fine. Your smile was good. Watch Little Bear, since that's the main thing he wants to do with me these days. I ended up going to the church and doing my shift there right after I got done recording the episode of the GSL talk show that I did yesterday. And they once again had Taste the Mountain West for our Monday night experience and gathering as well. So yeah, man, was able to I got a chance to taste the jollof rice last night because they had that last night, and got the chance to actually kind of get full last night because I mean on Sunday, you kind of got a taste because there's so many people. But now there seem to be a lot of people for Monday, but yeah, we was able to get seconds and things of that nature. So your girl kind of left real satisfied last night. By the time I got on back home, hubby was here. Like actually on our way out, I saw him coming in to our neighborhood and things of that nature. So he's apparently his day went well. And seems like the job and everything is going well, and it's something that he's going to be, I guess, enjoying for the time being and things of that nature. And so yeah, man, Monday was pretty good overall. I cannot complain. So yeah, man, woke up this morning actually kind of early. I think I woke up around like 3 something. And I woke up from an interesting dream. I ended up kind of doing some interpretation of it and whatnot as well. So that was interesting what I was reading and getting from it. Then I kind of was going deeper about some things that has been on my heart and mind, some things I've been kind of struggling with. Some of it I might end up talking to the therapist about today. Others of it maybe I already got my revelation. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what the Lord do. But anywho, so I was thinking about some of that stuff. And then ultimately around 4, I think, by the time my 4 o'clock alarm went off, I did listen to the prayer meditation. And it was good. One of the things that really stood out to me is at the end, it was saying God's big love or something like that. And what that phrase came into my heart and mind as I was listening to the prayer meditation. And so I went deeper about that. I also went deeper about the, time that I woke up this morning, everything like that. But ultimately, I would say that today's juice is inspired by just a couple of small moments, right? So I know at some point this morning, I saw this post that said something along the lines of, if you take money out of the scenario, we'll see who's really being called. And, obviously, I believe they're talking about, ministers, anybody that says that they're called or to do what they do. If you take money out of the scenario, we'll really see who's telling the truth or not. That's pretty much what that quote was saying. And I saw that this morning, and I just kind of skimmed it, and I was like, that's good. That's something to think about, X, Y, and Z. But ultimately, after I just kind of had this moment of, I listened to the prayer meditation, I'm kind of all over the place thinking about a lot of different things. Um, Ultimately, the phrase pure intentions came into my heart and mind. And, I didn't look up the definition because on one hand, I feel like I might have talked about this in the past, but I'm not sure. You guys can look up the word pure. You can also look up the word intentions if you feel so led to do. But I just more so, as I was thinking about that phrase this morning, and obviously I went to, one of my main resources, openbible.info, and just plugged it in and, got the verses that were standing out to me. I really had on my heart and mind, I guess, the conversation I had last week. And without getting too deep into it, I'll just say that, like, um, there's an individual in my past that I had a conversation with recently. And basically, sometimes we regret how we handle people, right? And I can even say, like, even when I met my husband, I was thinking, like, is this too good to be true, right? And it seemed like the individual felt that way, or whatever the case may be. And so sometimes again we can look at something good, right, and be wary of it. We might think like it can't be no way possible that this could be true, that this person or this thing or whatever it is can be so good, like even though I see it and I hear it and I feel it or whatever the case may be. But sometimes we have our guards up, or whatever it may be. We have our guards up against those things sometimes, maybe because of things we've been through. Maybe we're scared. There could be a lot of different reasons. And even we can look at the Lord like this, forget like looking just at other people. I mean, we can look at God in this way as well. That's too good to be true, to think that, there's a God that came down and did something to make a way for me, gave up his life, things of that nature. There's no way that could be too true. That's too good to be true, right? I have to do something, right, to receive this grace and mercy that y'all talking about. Like, all of this type of stuff. These are the narratives that we make up in our hearts and minds. And we don't accept whatever the good thing is, whether it's, again, God, a person, or a thing. And so I guess today, I'm here to remind all of us that this idea of pure intentions is true and real. It can be true and real. Again, when I think about friendships and relationships and things of that nature, I know I come into situations with pure intentions. I come into the situations, with open hearts and minds. Now, yeah, I might be a little bit more guarded today than I was years ago, or maybe I am setting up certain boundaries and things of that nature, yes, as a wife and mom and stuff like that. However, what I'm saying is, for the most part, I try my best to use discernment, right? I try my best to, again, everybody I meet, things of that nature, just, don't come with any preconceived notions. Get to know people, look, judged by character, things of that nature. And yeah, I do wish that we all would do that, right? I wish that we all could just, again, I guess take each other at face value. Is that the quote? Again, meet someone and give it a chance. Everybody, instead of coming into situations with preconceived notions about what we think it is or the person is or anything like that, coming to the slate with pure intentions. Now I get it, man. That might be naive thinking. We might be saying, "Oh, Miracle, you don't know what I've been through. You don't know what people have done to me. I have to be guarded. I have to protect myself." I get all of that too. I have to set up boundaries. Boundaries are important. I'm learning about them, over and over and over again in my life. So I get that. But again, I'm here to encourage and inspire you that ultimately, again, more so than with people and more so with things, knowing that the pure intentions of the Lord can and will be good. So with that on our heart and mind here, that's where the juice pretty much came from this morning. So let's get into these verses that were standing out to me. Jeremiah 17:10. It says, "I, the Lord, search the heart and test the mind to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his deeds." Again, man, there's nothing wrong with using your discernment, right? There's nothing wrong with setting up boundaries and seeking the Lord, right? If again, when we're interacting with people, when we're facing trials or things or whatever the case may be, we don't have to be naive, right? We don't have to be I guess foolishly accepting any and everything. Like, sure, use your discernment. And so I guess as I was reading that verse this morning and writing it down, what's standing out to me is that it's talking about how the Lord searches the heart and tests the mind. Now, this may not be something that we can personally do, right? Like, I can't sit here and say, okay, every time I meet somebody, I know exactly what they're thinking, or I can see in their heart. Like, that's not something I can do. But at the same time, what I can do is go to God that can see and know all, right? And ask him for the wisdom to help me see and understand, like, what this person or this thing or whatever it is, where does it come from? I was having a conversation recently, and I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm also having another difficult time with this because I feel like my discernment is pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's getting better, and stuff like that. But then as my discernment grows, I keep having these tests, and the tests are, you know, hearing and seeing things that are contrary to not just, I guess I would say, my belief, but maybe the word and things of that nature from individuals that I love, respect, honor, and I guess hold in high regard and things of that nature. And things like that make me feel like I'm off. Makes me feel like, no, it can't be the individual. You know what I'm saying? It got to be me because I'm the one kind of coming up in this situation. So so maybe my discernment is off a little bit. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something. Maybe I misinterpreted something. And that makes me again doubt, I guess, whatever the Lord is doing with me, for me, and through me when I'm faced with those difficult observations, right? And so I get it, man. It can be difficult out here to again use discernment, because again, you might feel like me, man. Am I off here? Things like that. But we can go to the Lord, seek him for the wisdom. He's the one that can see, again, the heart, the mind. What we can't see, he can't see. And he can give us that wisdom that we need in order to do what this verse say, which is, what was it? Knowing, testing the mind and giving every man according to his ways. And so again, we know the phrase, we know them by their fruit. I mean, that's one thing that can really, really help us to discern, again, good versus bad, good versus evil, the pure intent, the true intentions of the heart and the mind. But yeah, just something to think about. Let's get some more verses. First Peter 1:22, it says, having purified your souls by your obedience to the truth for a sincere brotherly love, love one another earnestly from a pure heart. I mean, that sounds good and beautiful, man. And like I said, I try my best to do this. Now, again, I'm not always well received as I try my best to do this, because I guess, again, like even myself, I doubt, like, oh, is this too good to be true? And sometimes, again, like I said, trying to guard our hearts or from being hurt or whatever the case may be, make us doubt that, again, what we see and experience is good. Or even, again, if I just say, let's focus on the Lord right now, focusing on God, and then also questioning whether he is good or not, right? But I mean, this here tells us, right, that he is the one that's purifying our souls, right? By our obedience to the truth. So yeah, ultimately, again, as we are trying to discern, is this thing good? Is this person good? All these different type of things. Yes, go to the Lord, but then also, trust that he is purifying, our souls, and see if these things are being obedient to the will and way of God. That's another way to discern. Like, again, okay, yes, the fruit, what comes from the situations, but then also, while the situation is going on, or before it comes, whatever the case may be, Does this thing line up with the word? Does this thing line up with, God and his will and way? So just something to think about, you guys. Hopefully that will help us understand and be able to receive more good things, right? Again, from the Lord and from other people and just in general. So there was one more verse that I felt led to write down this morning. There's plenty in the Go Deeper section if you need to peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. Check that out. But the last one that I felt led to write down was Titus 2:7. It says, show yourself in all respects to be a model of good works, and in your teaching show integrity. And then it also said dignity. So friends, I mean, at the end of the day, as we do our best to walk in the will and the way of the Lord, you may not be well received, but at the end of the day, hey, Jesus wasn't well received. Again, people had assumptions and they had ideas of what he was, quote unquote, supposed to do and how he was supposed to be. And when he came and was different, that was hard for people to receive. And so if that happened to Christ, then what do we think is going to happen to us as we strive and embark on this journey to be more like him? So regardless, right, of how people receive us and things of that nature, we still just need to again not be weary of well doing, right? Continue in the way and go on the path. You can be and live with pure intentions, and that's okay. Again, it might not be always well received, but again, the juice is that Jesus wasn't well received. And so hopefully you're encouraged and inspired to go ahead and go forth anyway. And like I said, that's the juice. Now the Bible verse of today is Psalm 31:24. It says, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day. And I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. And there you go. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Thank you so much for listening, watching, subscribing, and sharing all those wonderful things. Yeah, man, your girl got this juice out before 6, like the good old days, man. So if you guys like that, throw more hearts and likes and comment and say, girl, get that juice out early. It's fine. Go on and make them comments. I'm gonna do my best, but at the same time, ain't nothing wrong with being led by the Lord. Ain't nothing wrong with waiting until I get the juice for real and not just trying to force it or something like that. But yeah, I do have some general plans, not too much. I want to just try to see if we can run this errand today, and then hopefully get back home. Maybe I give myself the unwind experience because I done start picking off my polish. So that is one thing that I would like to do. And again, like I told you guys earlier, I'm supposed to go to therapy later on this evening. So those are the things on my to-do list for today. I guess it's like a Saturday for me on a Tuesday. But yeah, maybe tomorrow y'all see that I've given myself an upgrade on the nails. So, and maybe even a pedicure, seeing as how I'll see how I feel when I get back. But yeah, that's what's all going on. You guys can let me know how you feel about this conversation about pure intentions. I mean, I know it's hard to receive that sometimes. Sometimes we think like there's no way. Again, things can be too good to be true, and things like that. But again, I was telling my friend that again, the words say that if we who are evil can give our children good gifts, how much more would our Father give us good gifts? And so, let's not be scared of the good things that we, experience and that God gives us at the end of the day, and it can be in the form of people, things, whatever it is, or just him and his presence alone. All of those things are good, and we should accept those things and give those things to others. And you might not be well received. It might not be understood, and people might not, again, believe, right, that you have pure intentions and things of that nature. But know that, one, you're in good company, because that's what Christ experienced that himself. And then two, do it anyway. do it anyway. We need more love in this world than the alternative. And yeah, like that, that's a little extra juice for you. Okay, y'all have a great Tuesday, and I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will.